Hello, all you coffee lovers, all you coffee enthusiasts out there, all you coffee snobs out there. I, Limitless, welcome you to the second episode of Coffee Tasting Series, which we recently started. And in today's episode, we have something special once again from our good old Blue Tokai, from which I started this journey of specialty coffee tasting. The very first time I tasted it, I was hooked to Blue Tokai. And today, once again, after a very long time, I'm going to taste Blue Tokai. That's going to be some nice experience, guys. But before starting with this episode, I would like to say that today's show sponsor is my very own personal brand, Glorious Made Inspired. So, if you are interested in handmade leather products, I would like to say that go check out my products. I make some really nice handmade leather goods, especially some nice card holders, some wallets, some handmade journals, and a lot of other things from 100% vegetable tanned full grain wallet, full grain leather. So I would like to say go check them out. Maybe you would like them, maybe you would get the hang of those products. And if you want to make purchase, my personal code from YouTube is AR20, through which you can get a 20% discount. So after that, the link is down in the description. Go check out those products. Now, without any more delay, let's start our coffee tasting of today's coffee, which is Ratnagiri Estate M26. Yes, guys, this one right here. Now, talking about this coffee, first of all, the name is really appealing, Ratnagiri Estate. And as far as I have read, Ratnagiri Estate has, given out a lot of coffees, but this one is the latest one which Blue Tokai has made a small batch of Ratnagiri Estate M26. And this one is a light roast, first of all. And secondly, I love light roasts, especially because they are having those fruity flavor notes along with some floral flavor notes and subtle hints of citrus notes in them. And probably when I read on the package, it was the very similar kind of palette written on there. Talking about the flavor notes, especially the flavor notes that we can expect from this is blueberry, roasted almonds, orange, marmalade. Now, marmalade is basically, when you preserve a juicy kind of pulp of some kind of specific fruit. Anyways, let's not go into detail. We got what they are trying to say. And now this coffee, I shifted to this kind of low roast coffee because the previous one was a little bit harsh on my palate and I enjoyed it a lot with mocha pot, and it was well deserved with mocha pot. Some nice lattes and a lot of honey flavor notes were coming out of it with some latte. But this one can be best enjoyed in pour over manner, and man, I was missing pour over. Pour over or AeroPress, whatever is your taste, those two are the best manners. Now, I am not saying that you can't enjoy this coffee in any other format, but this one, as they have themselves recommended, if you are enjoying pour over or AeroPress is your cup of coffee, sorry guys, you can definitely go for this one. Apart from that, I would like to say, guys, the bitterness in this package is very low because it is a light roast. It is expected. And secondly, the acidity that they have said is somewhat of medium. Now, I want to taste it for myself and see what kind of palate, what kind of taste notes I'm gonna get out of it on my palate. Let's open it up, guys. Let's just cut the package. And honestly, I have cut my teeth on Blue Tokai. That's what I would like to say. The aroma is really good. It's fruity and little bit vegetable-ish. But now it's time to grind the beans and then check for ourselves what kind of flavor notes we're gonna get out of it in a nice session of cupping. Because as I've done in the previous one, the professional way of tasting a coffee is by the method of cupping, the way the baristas do. So let's do that. Okay, so I think enough time has been given to this coffee to be brewed, and now it's time to just take the first aroma and see what kind of notes I'm gonna get on my nose. Let's do the nosing, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you there's something weird going on in this coffee. The aroma is very weird. Okay, I would try to describe the aroma the best I could, but it is gonna be funny. See, the aroma is a little bit like, you are sitting on a beach, okay, after a nice fun time, after a nice sunny day, and you are drenched with sweat. And now it is getting a little bit cooler on the beach, and that sweat, the nice warm aroma of the body, leaving sweat aroma or fumes, that kind of aroma I'm getting out of this coffee. Now it's a weird kind of aroma, but that's all I'm getting in this coffee at the very first note. Maybe it's weird, but now the main thing, the crust on the top. We have to remove the crust on the top and then do the tasting, guys. I don't know, guys. I just taste some weird things in my coffee, or get smell of different weird things in my coffee. It's very weird, guys. To be very honest, sometimes it happens, guys. You don't need to worry at all. So here is a nice coffee, and it's time to take the very first sip of this coffee. Let's do it, guys. Slowly take a nice, you know, spoonful of coffee and just that was not enough. I mean, it's fruity, it's sweet, but I can't pinpoint something. But the sweetness is very nice. The sweetness is very good. Ah, I can say the sweetness is a little bit like honey sweetness, real good honey sweetness with some fruit. I don't know which fruit it is. It's strange. I'm getting, some nice ripe, not the sour ones, but nice ripe, what we call those grapes, nice ripe black grapes. That kind of flavor I got at the very first, after honey, I got that flavor. There is acidity, and it is a very different kind of acidity. It's complex acidity. With sweetness, when the acidity mix, it makes a different kind of flavor. Now I can see why they have said in the flavor note, you know, orange pulp juice or whatever it is. I just can't remember that. But the reason behind that is, as far as I can contemplate, is in my palate I'm getting acidity mixed with sweetness of honey. Now what you will make out of it? Some kind of preserved juice which you are just tasting, and then you are not completely getting citrus note, but citrus notes blended with some kind of fermentation, and it's weird amalgamation going on, guys. These are some real good complex flavor notes. Okay, now it's time to take a nice first cup of this coffee in a nice gentle manner. Interestingly, I would talk about this cup. Hmm. Wow, there is a little bit of woodiness as well. It's not like it's all sweet or citrusy or acidic. There is a subtle, like if you want to enjoy a good chocolate, I'm giving an analogy, that an example, I would say that if you want to enjoy a good chocolate, what you would do is that you won't go for the nice sweet milk chocolate. You would, if you are addicted to sugar, but you would probably not go for milk chocolate. If you want to experience nice chocolate, you would actually go for a real good chocolate which has some darkness in it, and that kind of experience I am getting in it. And that bitterness is very subtle in its way. It has that blueberry punch in it, but not a complete one. A subtle woody punch as well. Like you take some blueberries, you take them and keep them in a nice oak box of a wood. Now you have to imagine in your mind what kind of flavor notes you can associate with what. Only that you can point to a certain point, because it's not blueberry, it's not complete woodiness. So what exactly it is? It is blueberries placed in a wooden box, and then after a while, if they haven't fermented, you can taste them, and they would taste with some nice aroma of wood which has gotten into them, and perhaps some charred wooden barrels or wooden boxes. Hmm. Maybe a little bit of banana as well. Apart from that, I can't pick anything more. See, talking about orange, it is not there as an absolute orange, but as I said before, that there is some kind of citrusness mixed with a little bit of sweetiness. So yes, that kind of blend is there. So you can say that could be that, and that is what I'm picking out of this coffee. In aromas, you're getting some nice vegetable sweet pea aroma along with some nice fruity notes on your nose. And then when you brew the coffee, at that point, what you are actually getting is very strange, something nice sweat aromas that you get after a nice warm day at beach. So it is a nostalgic aroma that I am getting out of this coffee, maybe due to some nostalgia or something like that. But that is the aroma I'm getting at my nose. It is weird, but trust me, guys, you have to put a finger on something, and if you can relate with that, that's really good. Otherwise, go on beach, have some nice fun time in summers, and then you would understand what I'm trying to say. And notes wise, flavor notes that I get on my palate are, the very first one was some real nice, you know blend of sweetiness, some honey sweetness mixed with some, acidity, that gives you that orange mixed with the honey, something like that, preserved orange juice, and along with that, then eventually you get subtle notes of ripe black grapes. That's really sweet. It's not even grapes anymore. There is a little bit of grapes present in it, but it has got really sweet in its different manner, and then some blueberry blended with some woody notes of charred oak, which is not exactly charred in harsh sense, but in a sweet sense. So it's a very complex, not very simple thing, not a simple coffee, I would say, but a coffee which would give you a very profound experience. So if you want a coffee, now I would say that in the beginning I was thinking that probably this coffee is going to be a recommendation for people who genuinely want some light roast, some fruity notes. But now I don't know for whom it is gonna be, expected. But before that, I would like to give this coffee a score. Price wise, I would say it costs for 500 rupees, and boy, in 500 rupees, if you are getting this kind of coffee, I would say that I would like to give this coffee a price of a rating of 4.5 out of 5 in price segment, because it is really good. It is worth going for the price. And now talking about the flavors, I'm gonna be a little bit harsh there, because I would give it a 4, which is a good score. But I would say that according to me, I was also expecting the prominent flavor note of blueberries in its own way, carved out blueberries in their proper form. But you can't expect everything to come out. But anyway, I would like to say this is a real good coffee. If you are not a caffeine fiend, you want to really enjoy the flavor notes in a coffee, I would say go buy this one. And probably if you are a mocha pot person, or you just make coffee in a espresso machine, I would say probably make a little bit more efforts, make it in this manner or pour over it, and you're gonna enjoy this coffee in this manner, in a very simpler form. It is worth enjoying in this manner, guys, not in mocha pot or some kind of an espresso machine. It is not gonna be the very similar thing. That's all I would like to say. The link is down in the description below. You can buy coffee from there. You can check out my leather goods also down in the description below. The website is there, and you know guys, my UPI link is down also there as well. If you want to donate me for all the work we put in, there is a lot that we spend on these videos take a lot of effort. So if you want to contribute, you like our content, make sure to contribute guys. It would mean a lot for us as well. And thank you so much for all your love guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, enjoy your coffee in a nice manner, in a nice sophisticated manner, and stay caffeinated.